G'day everyone, Teenik back here again in OpenTTD on the Swedish map in Sweden with the Swedish Rails set. I said Sweden and Swedish related things too many times. Well, we're off to a good start and we're 30 seconds into the episode, if that. I don't know, I forgot to start a timer. Should I have started a timer? Do I normally start a timer? No, I don't. So why would I start a timer this time? Anyway, when I booted up the game, obviously it brought me back to where I had last saved. You know, that makes sense. And here I am looking at this bit of track going, now why did you go and do that? So I went back and looked at the last episode and I still couldn't figure out why I went and did this. And I thought, no, I must have had a reason that was in my mind that I didn't vocalize, which is stupid because I vocalize pretty much everything, as you would well know. And I thought, well, we've got the suburban-y platforms here, and I built that over there. And then I watched the video back from last week, and I went, well, yes, that's exactly why you did that, because the suburban platforms are here, and for some reason you wanted the suburban track on this side. So I thought, well, I'll just come down here, and well, the suburban tracks come through this side, which is quite clearly the side of the line we started on. So I thought, why the hell did you go ahead and do that? Why? You know, maybe if you'd said it in the last video, said, well, I'm going to go ahead and put a fly over here because I want to blah. So, you know, that took about 15 minutes of scratching my head and looking around before I realised that this is a really big-ass town and that we could probably get away with having a station here. So that would be why I've done that, because I wanted to have a station here and then I probably wanted to cross over and come over here before it naffs off to, I don't know, there. Are there any other towns in the area? Literally none. Well done me. Oh, there's one over there too. Well, we can go over to Hamar and then Kangas Khan and then Sunny Day and maybe a river to Doodad. And maybe up there. I don't know. That's probably pretty far for a suburban-y type train. So maybe we won't. Maybe we'll just dick around in Oslo and we'll let the intercity trains go everywhere else. So I don't know. But the fact is I finally remembered why I did this after, half an hour of thinking and then, the associated rambling that I just did now. So I'm going to unpause the game and kick that off and we'll go ahead and finish what I started and, maybe next time I'll remember to vocalize things. Normally I vocalize too much, so, careful what you wish for there, Teenik. Let's go with a 3-length platform. I think that's pretty standard for our metro-y type trains. And we'll just run a little bit of road up here. Okay, well that's not going to work well. We'll run a little bit of road across here. Just because, no, you're not going to let me demolish that bit of road because you hate me. Fair enough, I'd probably hate me too. But that way we don't have to worry about a footbridge or anything because you can just sort of walk up the platform, which is fairly standard for a lot of suburban stations in Melbourne, not so much in Sydney. Obviously Australia, but Melbourne have a lot of stations where there's level crossing at one end and you just walk off the platform, walk around and walk up to the platform that you want. I don't know why you'd be changing trains to go from one direction to another direction. Maybe you just like joyriding on trains. I don't know. I'm not here to judge. You do whatever you want to do, provided you don't hurt anyone else or any animals. Or any world economies. I don't know, that's probably bad too. People tend to frown on that sort of thing. So we want to put a dive in here, obviously to get back to where we started. Hello, train. Hello. Hello. What you doing? Completely empty. Good for you. You keep fighting the good fight there, friend. Now we want to come along and parallel up here, so that should be a simple matter of lowering a bit of land here and putting a bit of a curve in. And by a bit of a curve, I mean a curve. Now, is that going to line up where we want it to? No, it won't. Okay, so a bit more of a curve. Just keep it curving. Keep it curving. Keep it curving, Irvin. I don't know who Irvin is. I meant to say Irving. And I don't know who Irving is, so I don't know why I meant to say Irving. But yeah, we can run this down and obviously have another nice, expensive pair of bridges here. Why don't you stop building track there? You're never going to get a bridge out of there. We can put a cantilever in because I like cantilever. I mean, it's no tied arch, but I'm still a fan. And see, there you go. You got to put that bit of track in where you didn't. So coming up here, obviously we are going to split into 4 tracks and then have the junction on the other side. And I say obviously because it seems obvious to me because I live inside my own head, but thankfully you guys don't, because otherwise it'd be really crowded in there, what with my tens of viewers. Oh, I know, right? Look at me. Humble bragging. Anyway, so yeah, we'll just go ahead and do that thing that I have just described there, which is the thing that I described. Why is that signal red? Did a train go the other way and I didn't see it? Yes, there it is. Fantastic. Good. I thought maybe I'd broken something at some point or forgotten to put signals in, which is entirely reasonable. Well, it's not reasonable, but it's an entirely reasonable assumption to make. So you, my friend, are going to scooch up here. You are going to scooch up to, say, here. And for some reason, I built 3 platforms here when I probably should have built 4 or 2. So I'm just going to go ahead and make the middle one bidirectional, just in case we have 2 trains going in the same direction. They can, I don't know, have a bit of argy-bargy over who gets first dibs on the platform. And that way they're not queuing up behind each other, I suppose. By placing a through signal here at either end, that will give priority to the platform without a signal, if I'm explaining that right. So basically what it means is when a train gets to this signal and he has to choose between these 2 platforms, he will always choose this one if it's vacant, unless it's occupied, in which case the route will then come through here, obviously, unless this one's occupied. And if you do the same thing in the opposite direction, they will always prefer this platform, unless they need this platform for whatever reason. So, you know, that's just a little trick I use. And it probably doesn't work that way anymore, but it certainly did when I first started playing Open TTD. It's 5 in the morning. I've been awake for 2 hours, so I don't have an excuse, but I also do because it's 5 in the morning, so I'm going to go with it. So give me sympathy, I think. I don't know. I don't know what I want. No one ever knows what they want. Who really knows what they want? I just said I don't, so not me. Okay, so we're going to want to do something along the lines of this. I don't know where this track's going. I was thinking it'd naff off over to this side of town, but given our performance over here, I reckon you're not going to let me build a station. No, you think we're poor. We're not poor. We're actually quite wealthy, but I can see where you're coming from. We have been a bit dickish to this town. And by dickish to this town, I mean we've knocked over a lot of trees that we can't see because, you know, trees. Okay, so one-way signals there and there and there. That should avoid anyone going the wrong way because we all know my trains love going the wrong way given the opportunity. And if you don't know that, well, consider yourself lucky. So good. Now I read that as new forest being planted near dumbass. So, you know, what does that say for an Australian's sensibilities on international relations? Oh, look at perfectly reputable Swedish town, probably. I don't know, I've never been there. But he's gone ahead and called it dumbass. That's how we do that. Okay, so we wanted to have 2 different lines coming out of Frederick's Hat. One coming down to Amal with thingies over the letters, and one coming down to grabbing Stad. I don't know what a Stad is or where you'd want to grab it, but yeah, that's a thing. And then obviously we've got Troll, Doll, we've got oh my god, there's a lot of towns down here. This is going to be, and then there's this catastrophe going on here. I don't know why I just called a perfectly innocent city a catastrophe, but it just looks messy to try and deal with. Also, what are you doing? AstroTurf? Nope, your name is Porsgen. Nothing to do with AstroTurf. Cool. Were we using that iron ore mine? God, I hope not. Let's just have a look. Nope, the name sounded familiar. Guess it shouldn't have. Why is this called Woods? I'm so sick of our main stations being called Woods Station. There we go. That's completely uninventive, but that's what we've gone with. Yes, anyway, so we want to run down here through Frederick's Hat, then we want to come down to Gravelstad, I'm assuming, and then maybe, well, we'll have the junction. We'll send one line up to Amal. I don't know where we're going to go from Amal, so maybe that's it for that line, possibly. I don't know. If I thought this through, I would have sent the intercity trains down here because this is actually more of a distance than I anticipated. Because obviously the goal being to connect up to the line that we've got coming down here at Halmstad if they'll let us bulldoze half their town. They will. I think we're outstanding. Fantastic. Well, why don't we start from this end then before, you know, they change their mind and get the shits with us. So I'm just going to knock out some of this part of town here. Sorry about your houses, blah, 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 blah. You know, maybe if you wanted to live there, you should have paid more money for them or something. I don't know. Now we've got to get across this awkwardly placed river. Can't really blame the river. That was nature's doing. But yeah, we've you know, needs must. We need to get across this river. And of course, Tide Arch Bridge, because Tide Arch is the best. I mean, statistically, it's not the best. It's you know, a fairly mediocre bridge when you get high-speed trains, but it looks really good, and that's all I really care about. So more Tide Arch action here, because Tide Arch. Now where are we going? We're going to Varberg. Then I think we're going to go through Göteborg. Yeah, good for you. Or are we going through Boris? Boris. I don't know who Boris is, but apparently we're going through him. Maybe we skip Boris and just have him connect up with buses to either end. I mean, I know that's a bit of a cop-out because it's a big town, but, well, it's 1976 and we've connected up bugger all of this map, so, you know, you just do you. Okay, maybe we can have another line coming into Boris from up here. There we go. That's an idea. And then back around to Göteborg. There we go. We can leave that option on the table so people think that I give a damn. So I'm going to knock down these really quaint little country cottages because reasons, and put a station in here. And are we taking bets as to whether this is also Varberg Woods? Well, we shouldn't have because it is Varberg Woods, and I'm really sick of seeing Woods as a station name. Good thing it's service station adjacent too, so if you want a pie or a hot dog or something. Well, I can't say I've seen a service station sell hot dogs, but I've decided that's something they should sell, because sometimes you really want a hot dog and there's no hot dog vendors in the area. How the hell are we going to get across this river? I mean, obviously we could cross it perpendicular in a sensible fashion, but what I'd really like to experiment with is the option of putting a big bridge in. Like that. I mean, that looks a bit ridiculous, but I mean, it's the most functional thing we could have built. Most functional? It's a functional thing that we have built. And that gets us to the realm of the region that we wanted to be in. The realm of the region we wanted to be in. You can tell this isn't scripted. God, it's just nonsense. Just garbage after garbage. Anyway, we are going to put in some signals in that direction. No, in that direction. Thank you. Yep, that direction. And we'll obviously put one outside the tunnel as well. There goes why Stad Farm, as in why bother staying? No, that doesn't sound anything like Stad. Good pun. Okay, so we want to come down here to Göteborg. Now we're going to have an interchange station with the line from Boris, whoever Boris is. I really want to just plough a big chunk of the town out of the way, but unlike Transport Fever, where money buys anything you want, these guys are going to get pretty upset pretty quickly. Oh, there goes too many umlauts town thingy. So, I mean, ideally I'd like to pile drive the station through here, but I don't think that's going to be doable. So second option would be to pile drive through here. Again, not doable, so we're just going to pile drive through here instead. There we go, get rid of that. And then we will go ahead and put in a 4-track number, let's say there. It's a nice looking station there, and it's called Göteborg Woods, because why wouldn't it be? We'll run a bit of track in, not there, no, there. Good. And now I wonder if we can get a couple of other stations in town, at least for this line anyway. We probably can. That's probably a thing we can get away with. Can we knock over this house? No, we can't. Okay, yeah, that's good to know. It's good to know. It's good to be, you know, four-armed is forewarned and 5-armed is too many. So we'll lower a bit of land here and see if they'll let us build a station here. They will. Fools. And we can probably fit one in down here as well. Why? I don't know, but, you know, it's like the moon. It was there, so we went to it. It does accept passengers and mail, so blah-de-blah-de-blah. That's a thing that we've built. You know, completely reinforcing this idea that this is some sort of ridiculously long-distance metro system that goes to the middle of nowhere just because it can. You know, maybe people regularly commute from Göteborg to Oslo. I don't know. Is that a thing people do? Maybe that's a thing it's a big thing in Sweden. People are like, oh yes, I live in Göteborg, but I work in Oslo. So you know, it's good to see we've finally got a commuter train lined up. Or maybe they're like Sydney and Melbourne apart, where people go. You know, I might go there for a holiday, but to go there every day for work would be ludicrous because, you know, it's like a 10-hour drive. I mean, it's only an hour on a plane, but you know, planes are expensive. Who can afford that? I can't. I can barely afford planes at all. In fact, I haven't bought any in this game, which should show you how unaffordable planes are. Don't know what that has to do with Sydney and Melbourne flying, but it's a parallel that I've drawn. So put in some more signals there, please. Ditto with signals here. Fantastic. Obviously, I want a bit of track in here. I'm going to put a bit of track in here. Can I get this station down here, I wonder? Can I quad track this without the town pitching a fit? Yes, I can. Miracles never cease. And then I'll whack in a couple of buffer stops down here because reasons. There you go. Well done. That does not lend itself well to a junction at all because you've put this whopping great big S-bend in. So we're just going to have to dummy our way through it. So we put a bit of track in there. So this is why I hate building station entrances on curves, by the way, because you just end up with this weird looking thing. which doesn't seem to work very well. Well, it works. I mean, it works exactly the same as if that was built on a straight track, but I don't know, it just doesn't seem right to me. Does it seem right to you? I don't know. You haven't told me yet. I'm sure you will tell me, unless you don't tell me, in which case you haven't told me. But we will anticipate the town expanding off in that direction, so we'll build a bit of road there for them, and a bit of road there so they can expand around our nonsense that we've built here. Because boy, do we build a lot of nonsense. In fact, why don't we see if we can move these buffer stops a bit, and that way we can just have a little bit of a level crossing here, which is a completely confusing level crossing. I'm sure motorists drive over this going, what is the point of this level crossing? And that point is that I'm lazy and I can't be bothered building a road around the outside. So, you know, just should have seen that coming. So we'll go ahead and keep this track going up in this direction. Probably shouldn't build too much further until I connect this bit up. Oh no, I have connected this bit up. Okay, no, sorry, I had it in my head that I had not connected something down here. So I thought I probably should get to that before I stuffed it up. So I wanted to go to Trollhättan, didn't I? Yes, I did. And then I wanted to go to Oberstbrad. These towns will just connect up with buses because I'm lazy. So after we've hit Trollhättan and Oberstbrad, we can come up to the junction here, and the other line will come up to a Mal of God knows where it goes from there. No, back to Trollhättan. Okay, didn't think that through very well. Good thing we put a fancy junction here. Maybe we can have a separate line going to a Mal. Why don't we do that and have another junction at Trollhättan? Because we need to get to Boris somehow, as well as Linkoping and all this other nonsense. We could probably put ferries in here too, if I actually think about it. Well, I did think about it, and that's why I suggested it. I literally just said, maybe we could put ferries in. Let's put a ridiculously expensive and pointless bridge in here, because that seems like the sort of thing I would do. We'll go cantilever, because obviously my favourite bridge is not available for a distance of that. Distance? That's good talking. Yes, good. Excuse me, sorry. So, Trollhättan, junction, action. Probably need buses coming out from the town to the station, because reasons such as laziness and distance and yada yada yada. So again, we're probably gonna have to build this one manually, just because I don't see any convenient roads we can put down to, you know, road. Oh, good, it's called Woods. Of course it is. We'll whack a bus stop in there before the town gets too shitty with us. We'll just whack a little bit of road in there that we will connect up shortly. Okay, so that means we need a nice little footbridge here. We'll give them a nice little station building because it is an important junction. Well, important is probably a strong word. It's definitely a junction that exists. We'll put some more benches down for people to sit on, and that's probably long enough for a station, so we don't need to put down any roofs in case it rains. They can all just use their umbrellas. Yes, okay, we probably built that too far out because we want to have a junction in this region. Okay, so we want to build it similar to how we built this junction here. So these two tracks will split off after the actual event and come down here. So yeah, we'll come across this way. Yes, this makes perfect sense to me. We'll come across like this. You can come down here. You can come down here. And then these tracks will be the ones that split off to Trollhättan, which is a name that I've just tried to remember, and I just realised this is Trollhättan. So, yep. Look at me trying to use my memory for good instead of evil, and it just works out poorly. Okay, so we can run this over to Almar. Linkoping, yes, that's what I said. That's what I called it, Almar. Yep, totally. Cool. Good, I'm glad we came under here because we've got to go all the way back up in yonder direction. So that was well thought out. Fire the engineers. And while you're at it, fire the CEO too. He's pretty useless. So run this around, a little cheeky curve here. A bit of a cheeky uphill. Everything's cheeky at the moment for some reason. And then, no, don't put that there. Who would want that there? Who looked at the plans for this railroad and went, yeah, that's exactly what we need. We need that thing right there. That's not going to line up very well. So back this off here, back that off there, and try again and get it right this time. So this has just been an absolute dog's breakfast. But we have a junction that is definitely something. Functional is not a word I would use, but it exists in some form. And that is the junction that I built. And so we need a couple of tunnels in here, so that should let the town expand over the top of the station. Famous last words. Forgot to put a bus stop in town, so I'm sure that's going to be popular. No, we've got a bus stop in town. We got a bus stop in town. And then obviously we need a bus stop down here in Skarholmen, and then one up here in Kingsham. So that's a thing that we've got going on in that area. Good. So I'm missing a few signals, which is essential. No, would help if we put the correct signals down, and then we put them in the correct spot too. So, you know, no, yes, good, fantastic. Okay, so yes, good. No, why have you built like that? No, I think you had it right to begin with. You have that one there and that one there. Yeah, you don't want these at all. Yes, okay, good. Think about things before you do them, you dummy. Good, okay, so we want signals like that, signals like that. Excellent, good, that's what you wanted. You've remembered now. You started building it with an idea in mind, and then you, I don't know, got confused and built some bus stops. And, you know, it just got real, as it tends to do when one builds bus stops. You know, that's usually the breaking point for most people. Good, so we've signaled all this up, all this up, all this down here. Good, so we've now got to connect up with Grab and Grebestad. I may as well put a bus stop in at this station as well, just because reasons. No, what I'm thinking is we will, once we've got the trains running, we can have a bus route that connects up through these towns up to Trollhättan and back again. So no matter which direction you're going, you're not heading backwards to go forwards. Unless that's something you want to do because you enjoy going backwards. Like, you know, some people intentionally sit facing backwards on the train. And to them I say good for you. You know, it's a cool thing you can do if that's what you want to do. So the line up to Amal comes off here, so we need 2 tracks down here. We'll just build this cheeky little roof number because again, you know, aforementioned laziness. I'm pretty sure I've said it 1,000 times. I'm too lazy to say it again. And we'll go ahead and start some signals off there for the other direction. And all we have to do is run some track down this way and somehow connect it up over here. That's going to be easier said than done, I'm sure. Nope, that didn't line up. Nope, my OCD is acting. Oh, much better. Good. So put a cheeky curve in here. That's not cheeky enough. I could go cheekier. In fact, we can go really cheeky. We can go super cheeky, like ultimate cheek. I didn't finish lowering the land, so that's as cheeky as that's going to be. And then we want to run in this direction. Good. Okay. Yes. Okay. So right. Going through here. What level are we on? We go up 1, up 2, down 1, down 2, back up 1. That didn't make sense. So we're at 0. Let's say 0, 1, 2, 1, 0. So you come back out here. Okay. So you want to go up 1. That's entirely fair enough. I can. You know, that was a long walk to get to a small drink. I think I got that saying completely wrong. And by I think, I mean I know I did. I don't know. There was a long walk and some stuff happened. I don't know. Exercises for the weak. Actually, exercise is probably for the strong. I'm probably the weak for not choosing to exercise. Put the signal down and leave it there. Okay, so we need to put a tunnel in here. We've got the SH125 for some reason, which is a default train. I'm not sure why that shows up in the Swedish Rails set because it's based on the British HST, but it's a thing. Please tell me the Swedish Rails set has actually loaded. Yes. Everything else there is Swedish, well, except for the default oil tanker. And why are all these trains old? Have I been ignoring them? No, I'm going to have to go back and fix them, aren't I? What are you guys doing? Oh, I think your forest closed. Well, I'm just going to sell you off because I don't even know anymore. And again, I said it last time, I'll say it again. This is why I'm not a fan of big maps, because I just get confused. There's just too much stuff to follow. I'd rather maintain a small, intricate, friendly, intimate, other words, railway network where I can actually keep tabs on everything without having to manage a million things at once. I realise like that flies in the face of a successful simulation game, like a business simulation game like this, but yeah, it's just what I want. So, you know, I've been playing a bit of Transport Fever recently on a small map, like the smallest possible map. It's been kind of fun. You know, I can micromanage. I don't forget the name of towns. If an industry was to close down, I mean, I know that doesn't happen in Transport Fever, but if an industry was to close down, I would know exactly where it was. Whereas on this map, I'm like, arrivederci, arriva arriva, goodbye. You know, I don't have any idea where that is. So if we run in a straight line in this direction, we should be able to successfully straight line this, hopefully. No, we haven't lowered the land enough. Good work. Yeah, okay, so we'll get rid of that, and then we should be able to connect you up down here. Yes, fantastic. Loving it. We're coming into the right part of town here. Okay, so this track is going to be the one that we use as our baseline. Why that one? I don't know. Just see the closest. That's not going to line up at all. I think that lines up. Please place your bets. Yes, perfect. Nailed it. As I knew I would. Don't know why I built that there. Didn't want to. I really got to stop letting my mouse move independently of my brain, which is like my mouth too. That moves independently of my brain as well. Good. Okay, so we've got our tracks down. That's our big first step here. How did you... Why? Why is this a thing that you thought was a good idea? Oh, jeez. Okay, well, we'll just... I don't know, send you... Hang on. We'll just send you... Okay, good. Yep. Okay, good for you. Yes. Yep, go away. Why are you up here as well? Where are you trying to go? Karlstad Woods Heights. Did I not build a proper junction here? You go that way. Yeah, okay, I didn't. That's on me, guys. Sorry about that. Sorry. Someone probably pointed this out in the comments of the last video and I didn't see it. Or the video before. That's entirely my bad. Sorry about that, kids. Yeah, that's not the train's fault. That's my fault. So that should rectify any future problems there. And sorry about that again. Yeah, sorry train. Sorry, I blamed you. I'm like, why are you here? Your pathfinding is stupid. No, entirely me. That's all on me. Did I put some signals down here? No, I didn't, because I was distracted by a train that made a perfectly understandable mistake and has been totally forgiven for. And we will put some signals in as appropriate. No, I don't care about the budget. Go away. I have lots of money. I don't care. That's the other thing I don't like about the big maps is you just end up with so much money that, you know, you become God. I don't know what use God has for money, but well, here we are. So that's all connected up. Now all we have to do is spool up the trains we've got down here to keep going, which is probably a bad idea because there's 3,000 odd passengers. Where are they all trying to go via? Bastad. Nope, no one wants to go via Bastad. It's the best idea I've ever had. Never mind. Okay, where are the Metro-y trains? Oh God, there are only 4 cars. Okay, cool. So after Helmstad Woods, which is where you start, yes, okay, we delete the depot. We want you to come up here to Varberg Woods. Then we want you to go to Göteborg East, Göteborg Woods, Göteborg North. Don't know why North and East are in a line. That seems a bit weird. Trollhättan Woods, because everything is named Woods. Then come down here to, okay, grabbing Grebbestad isn't named Woods. That's good for it. Then hit Fredrikstad up for a good time, because, you know, that's what they say. If you want a good time, you go to Fredrikstad. Then you're going to come up here, and of course you can't turn around up here, so I really didn't think that through. I'm just going to put a temporary bit of track in here so you can turn around there, because eventually we're going to send you up to this end of town and terminate you there, because I think you're going to have enough orders to, you know, sink the Titanic at this rate. So then swing back to Fredrikstad, hit up Grubler Group, go by Trollhättan Woods, you know, then basically retrace your steps, because I'm sick of saying these town names because they're confusing. The pronunciation escapes me. Hit up Varberg again, because I can pronounce that one, and then you're going to come back here and pick up where you left off. Now, because well, let's see, what's your current route? From here to here and then on to... No, you don't go that way. I think you come up here, don't you? Do you go to Hasselholm? Where's Hassel? Where are we? You go to Helsingborg Hungsinger Mines. Oh, that's not down there. Where's that? Where's Mines? Oh, that's there. The mine has since closed. Okay, so we haven't even got up to the end of your line yet. Then you go to Trelleborg Junction. Okay, good. Lund North. Yeah, you do go this way. Okay, we're going to need like 3 million more trains for this route, because we've already got a lot and we need more. Okay, so what we need to make sure we do is we need to make sure we get rid of this signal here. That signal there can stay, but it has to become a one-way. Excellent. Good. Okay. Do you belong to a depot? No, because I got rid of your depot. Hang on. No, Kristianstad train depot. Good. And we'll give you a depot at the other end for reasons. So you have a total of 38 orders, and there's more coming, so that's fun. Do we have a better metro train we can build? Still don't know what this is, but no, nothing else jumps out at me as a suitable replacement. So I'm just going to go ahead and clone you. So how many of you are there? There are 9 of you. So there were 8. So that's 9. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. That's probably overkill, or it's not enough. I honestly don't know. So we're now going to send in some sort of convoy of trains that will permanently hold up this station until the end of time. Well, people actually want to go that way, do they? Yeah. People, wow. We haven't even run our first train yet, and people are like, yeah, we'll go. Wow, look at them all. Where are you people trying to go? Where's the first stop on this line? It is Varberg Woods. Yes, 257 people want to go that way. And that's the first... What are you doing now? Where are you going? Why are you going back into the depot? Excuse me. Did I say go back into the depot? Wait, what? No, that's not the one I was just looking at. Which was the one that came out first? Which one are you? You're going to Varberg Woods. Well, Varberg Woods is this way. Did I miss a bit of track? Oh God. Oh God. Have I knackered this already? Varberg Woods is there. Why couldn't you go to Varberg? Well, you're going the wrong way. What have I done? Where am I? Who am I? Why are you turning around as well? You want to go to Varberg Woods? No, I've made a mess of this, haven't I? Yeah, so you come in here. That's a one-way signal pointing in the correct direction. So I don't see what your problem is. And you come through here. You come up here. Is there a bit of track missing? Okay, well, I did want to build more stuff this episode, but I think we're going to have to problem solve this route. Why can't you come up to Varberg Woods? What's wrong with Varberg Woods? What did Varberg Woods ever do to... Go out, I don't care about your bus. Why are they all turning around? Everything's electrified, so that's not a problem. Okay, who's next? Who's the next cab off the rank? Okay, there's already one in the station. Oh, there's a buffer stop there. Well, that'll do it. Okay, no, never mind. Figured it out. It's okay. You can all call off the dogs. Yes, I probably should put a footbridge in, though. There we go. Good. It's okay. I figured it out. Yes, good. Okay, so your next stop should be Varberg Woods, and you should go in the correct direction. How did I not see that coming? Well, we've got a few lost trains, but I'm sure they'll figure it out. Yes, okay. Yeah, come on. Come on. Off you go. Off you go. There you go. You've transferred. Yep. And go. And go. Go. Yep. Loading. Yep. And go. Well, that's a weight off my mind. Okay, so we want to connect up this bus route, and then we will probably call it a day because, well, that stressed me out way too much. Why is there a bit of road here? You know what? Don't ask. Don't want to know. Don't need to know. Okay, we're building a bridge over here. Well, I'm going to build a truss bridge for something different. And we'll build that as a weird hump there because we can. So run down like this, please. And then we'll have, I guess, something come around the block through the bus stop. That's probably not the way it's going to want to go. It's not going to do a loop-de-loop. Actually, it might. I don't know. Who knows what buses do? Buses. Tied arch, of course. I mean, it's not as good as the green tied arch that the trains get, but I mean, it's still pretty cool. Build another bridge here. Tied arch not being an option, we'll go truss because it's different. Then we need to somehow get to Kangaskhan. So we'll probably end up... can we bridge across here? Oh, we can. Well, that's going to be pretty. Oh, yeah, look at that. I mean, it's totally unnecessary. In real life, they would build a bridge around the edge of the mountain, but this isn't real life. I do what I want. Okay, so we need to come across this rivery thing here. Possibly a river. In fact, we don't want to go down any more than we need to. I realise I went down over there more than I needed to, so we'll just correct that now before someone points that out. Concrete, yeah, let's do that. And let's get a nice expensive bridge going over here. I'll go cantilever again. Oh, that lines up perfectly, doesn't it? Well done, me. Okay, we'll just zot S-curve in there and pretend that was intentional. Now from Kangaskhan, we need to come all the way up here to Grabestad, and that's where we will end things because, well, I thought there were more towns I had to connect up with buses, but there's not, so Grabestad it is. Okay, so you come into Kangaskhan. We can probably put that bus stop in a better spot now that I think of it. I forgot to... Never mind. No, no, that's what you want. There you go. Get rid of the bus stop that was there. Pretend it never existed. And we'll head out of town, I guess, up the hill this way. We get some nice waterfront property here. You know, it's really desirable. So, you know, if you do want to live in Kangaskhan, you can have a nice waterfront property. You know, it's I'm sure it's not too expensive. You know, I don't know. Is it expensive to live in a Kangaskhan? I mean, I know the baby lives in the pouch. But, yeah, you can tell I've been playing too much Pokemon recently. Okay, so run this down here. we are going to have to put a bridge in there. And by have to, I mean I'm going to, just so my buses don't have to go up and down hills. Good thing I rejected that new bus, by the way. You know, that probably would have come in handy for the bus route that I'm building. That will line up nicely like that. Yep, good job. There we go. And that connects up with Grubbers. It connects up with the town here. So that road's connected, that road's connected, that road's connected. All the way up to Göteborg, where did we put a bus stop in here? Oh God, we didn't. Wasn't the bus stop going to be up in Trollhättan? It was. That's why there's a bus stop there. Well, it's moved to here. So, reasons. Okay, well maybe it hasn't moved to here because this town hates me. In fact, we can probably put a few bus stops in town no, they really hate us. Okay, let's talk bribes. I have a big briefcase full of money. I'm going to leave it on the table, and when I turn around, I hope the briefcase will be gone. Well, the briefcase is gone, and you're still refusing me the right to build a station. So, thankfully, my assistant has brought in a second briefcase full of money. I'm going to put that where I put the first one because the first one disappeared, so I want to replace it. So, just okay. It appears the second briefcase has also gone. Now, how do you feel about my bus stop building chances? You feel pretty bad. Okay. It's a really good thing that in my car I have a third briefcase full of money. Now, I'm going to leave that on the coffee table, duck off to the bathroom. When I come back, I'm hoping I can build a bus stop. Okay, so the third briefcase is now missing, but I'm in bus stop building territory, which is exactly what I wanted. So we want to connect that up to Göteborg North. That should be enough bus stops to cover this end of town, right? I don't know. Good. Okay, so I'm now down 3 briefcases full of money, but I have about 50 million of them, so I don't think that really matters. 50 million is probably an exasperation, probably an exaggeration. Good to see we've got a nice train convoy going as we like. Now we need to... Why the stupid horse cart's still a thing in 1978? Did I forget to turn no vehicles expiry off? Now, because we've got all drive-through bus stops, we can build this nice high-capacity bendy bus. Which gets a good speed of 48 k's an hour. Really, is that it? 96, 48. Even the stupid double-decker bus goes faster than you. Oh, that was a waste of time building all the drive-through bus stops then. Okay, so we'll build the Scenic Cruiser coach thingy, and that'll be the Scenic Cruising down the coast. Yeah, maybe we should have called it the Scenic Coaster Cruiser? No, that doesn't make any sense. I should stop talking. Okay, so run up here. Is there a depot up here? You can have a cheeky service there if you want. Told you, everything's cheeky today. Swing back here to Kangaskhan. Drop by Skyham or Skyham. I don't know. Skyham. Good, and then return to where you started. We'll go ahead and go 20 buses. They're going to be fun to replace later. But yeah, 20 buses. And off they go, the march of the buses. And you watch, someone's going to invent that new bus like right now. And I'm going to be like, oh, good thing I just built 20 of the old bus. Nope, that's coal production at a mine I'm definitely using. Cool. But no, we have a lot of high polluting buses coming out to supplement our nice low pollution electric trains. And I say low pollution, but all the power stations in this game are coal powered, so jury's still out. Now before I do finish up, obviously we need to give these trains somewhere to go that is not just a temporary turnaround. So Oslo, what do you think of us? You think, okay, well, bring in the briefcases full of money. I don't have time to do that whole shtick again with the leaving on the table and stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to smash down a bit of road over here, and I'm going to build a nice little suburban terminus up this end here. So something in the realm of 4 tracks, 5 tracks. Just if you're going to build something, at least say you're going to build it and build it. Okay, well, that's a big station. Well, that's a big station as well. Mondalusa. That looks like Spanish. No, we're going to build a slightly smaller, more restrained station building there because we can. And then we're going to put in some other stuff. We'll put in some nice little benches here, I guess. Why don't we put in a bit of roofing here, keep the variety alive. We can't build the glass roofs yet, which are annoying because they're my favourite for suburban-y sort of stations. Why don't we go with the ever-popular pot plant? The ever-popular pot plant. The ever-pot-plantula pop. Nope, you had it right the first time. Good, okay, yep, okay. Build track like that. Good, that's what you wanted. Oh, that connects up perfectly. Look at that, swish. Everything going according to plan. God knows how we're going to get this track under here. I don't know. But that's okay. That's more of a next episode's problem. You know, I say that now and know that I'm going to curse myself later. Okay, so we want to make sure we don't miss this bit of track here that we can't see. Okay, so we want to run through here. Trains come in this way and go out this way. So if we're going to put a depot in, we'll put it in on this side just so they're not crossing each other. And then we'll go ahead and whack in a few signals. And that gives us a nice little terminus for these various little metro-y, suburban-y, I don't even know anymore. They're sort of outer suburban, aren't they? They're way too long to be a metro line, but I don't know. I'm trying to use as much variety in the trains as I can. So I sort of want to give the suburban-y type trains a bit of a run. Okay, so after Oslo, I want you to keep going up here to Oslo North, have a service, and then come back through Oslo Station again, if you would be so kind. Are you the first train in the queue? I think you are. Oh, no, there's one going the other way. Never mind. Well, at least we spaced them out a bit better. And then obviously we want to get rid of this bit of track here because it is now superfluous. And that should be your lot. I think we're good. I think we're done. I mean, you're not carrying any passengers, but I mean, it's your first run, so I really wouldn't expect too much. Yeah, they want to go via Fredrikstad. Do any of them want to go down on the new line? That's the question. Okay, well that's not very helpful. Okay, so does anyone want to go to Grebbestad? Oh, it's in alphabetical order. No. Okay, cool. Does anyone want to go to Genghis Khan? No. Okay, that's fine. What about Trollhättan? No. Okay, cool. That's okay. What about Göteborg? That's a popular. Yes, see, people want to use the new line. They want to go to Göteborg. Good. So I've been T-Nick. This has been Open TTD with the Swedish Rails Set. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I think the ceiling has turned into the floor. So I'm going to leave things off here. I would like to thank you for your company. Thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed the episode. If you haven't enjoyed the episode, you probably shouldn't tune in next week. But if you have, I look forward to your company again next week. And as I say this, I'm looking at these two towers and noticing they're the same building, just painted different colours. So one of the architects here, you know, I think he kind of took a bit of inspiration from the neighbours. But until then, later days. There's another one over here, and this one's blue. Maybe it's the same architect and he's just, you know, selling everyone the same design, just painting it slightly differently and going, hey, I designed this especially for your company. What's it called? It's your company's called Econ. Econ? Yes. And I know your company is not called Econ, but I think you should have a giant E, a giant C, a giant O, and a giant M or N. It's indeterminate on your building. You know, that's the thing. Also, we should probably deal with these giant cracks in this building. That's probably a concern.